What is Tourette syndrome?
Wait, oh, can I?
Yeah, you can say something also.
It's a disorder where somebody cannot control their own movements. They have outbursts like, sometimes it can be dirty, like movies like to portray them as very dirty people.
Tourette's is when, I think it has to do with it's like a nervous tic, but usually it's displayed in people like saying profanities unbeknownst to them, or sometimes they can make noises that they're not fully aware of when they happen.
It's hard to describe. It's like when you blurt things out that are inappropriate at times, I think.
Mouth twitching, eye twitching. Everybody thinks of Tourette's with the yelling out obscenities. That's not necessarily what it's all about. So yeah, a lot of movement things and hand issues or things like that.
I do not know completely. I have heard it's people who have uncontrollable muscle spasms. The stereotype is usually that they blurt things out. However, according to Wikipedia, that's only a small percentage who have, I can't remember what it's called, but basically where they uncontrollably say things.
Tourette syndrome? Not sure.
My understanding is basically inability to control certain motor skills, and basically the person that's self-upset can't control their thoughts. They verbalize their thoughts.
I don't know exactly what it is, but I guess the stereotype said it makes you swear and curse uncontrollably. Well, I'm sure it's like probably other erratic behaviors, but I don't really know the extent of it or the cause.
Tourette syndrome is when somebody stutters.
Tics, uncontrollable tics.
What kinds of tics?
It could be any kind of tic. Body, your hands.
I think it's you burst out with something subconsciously. One of those things.
To the best of my knowledge, it's a disorder that causes people to do things that they can't really control. Just say words, or maybe have a tic, or something, something that causes them to twitch.
I really don't know a lot about it. I know like the symptoms of like uncontrollable reactions.
It's where you're, I don't know exactly, I don't know like the definition, but that's where you lose some control of your vocal and say things that people without Tourette's wouldn't say.
Disease that forces it doesn't force you, but you blurt out words, not always on purpose. Sometimes, pretty sure I had a friend when I was growing up whose brother had Tourette's, and he had tics too. Like he would shout out words, but he would twitch every once in a while. But I really think that's about it. It's just a disease that kind of sucks.
My name's Kevin Black. I'm a professor of psychiatry, neurology, radiology, and neurobiology here at Washington University. And my favorite disease is Tourette syndrome. Tourette syndrome is defined by having both movement and noise tics, both motor and vocal tics, for a year or more, starting in childhood without some other obvious cause. It's almost easier to tell you what a tic is by examples than by a definition. So a tic is a repeated movement that somebody does over and over again that looks like the kind of thing that somebody could be doing on purpose, except that it happens over and over again. Like a common example would be blinking very often, or in an exaggerated way, or in repeated little bouts of ticking. And another example might be raising the eyebrows or turning the head, or flicking the hands, or stomping a foot or whatever. And all of those are what we would call simple motor tics. Vocal tics are just tics that make noise because they go through your voice box. So like, or otherwise in your air passages. So it could be like sniffing repeatedly, or humming, or making little squeaky noises, or saying words. And except for the part about saying words, all of those are simple vocal tics. And complex tics are like they sound. So like complex vocal tics are basically when you say words or sentences. And complex motor tics could involve things like jumping or walking backwards or touching things or spinning around. Even though like cursing or whatever is what gets all the media play because it's interesting or something, I suppose, if you don't have it especially, really that's a minority of people who have Tourette's. Probably 10 or 15% of everybody who has Tourette syndrome will ever in their whole life have involuntary cursing or